It was one of those rare early evenings when I decided to come home before sunset. As I pulled into my driveway, I noticed Karen standing near my front door, clipboard in hand and phone pressed to her ear. She looked flustered, like a cat caught in the rain. "I'm calling the police!" she shouted before I could even step out of my car. "He's trespassing. He's—" I raised an eyebrow and calmly walked up to the porch. The police arrived within minutes. Officers stepped out, approaching the scene cautiously, and I explained that this was my property. Karen immediately launched into a dramatic rant about community rules, HOA authority, and unauthorized presence. The officers, politely but firmly, asked Karen to step aside so they could inspect the situation. That's when the twist came. A quick check of my property records and rental agreements revealed the truth. Karen had been living in my house, rent-free, for the past 3 weeks. Her tenant status was non-existent, and she had no legal right to occupy my home. The officers exchanged surprised glances. Karen's mouth opened, closed, and opened again, but no words could undo the evidence. I stood quietly, letting the facts speak for themselves. The officers confirmed that my ownership was valid and that Karen had no legal claim. I wasn't trespassing. She was technically illegally squatting. Karen left soon after, muttering about misunderstandings and community service, changed the locks, and posted a notice that my home was private property. From that day on, the HOA board, especially Karen, treated me with far more respect. Later, neighbors whispered about the incident, unable to believe how audacious Karen had been. I couldn't help but laugh a little myself. Not only had she tried to play HOA enforcer, she'd literally moved in without permission, and her own stunt had backfired spectacularly. That evening, I sipped a drink on my porch, watching the sunset. The lesson was clear. Know your property, enforce your rights, and sometimes the universe has a way of turning the tables in the most poetic fashion. Karen's reputation never fully recovered, and I enjoyed every quiet, uninterrupted moment in my rightful home.